Hey Virgo, my name is Ray. Welcome to Ray's Tarot. This will be a general reading for May. Please remember that time is fluid, and if this message does not resonate, be sure to check out my readings for your moon, rising, and Venus sign. If the message does resonate, you can like the video and subscribe to this channel for more readings. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links are in the description box. Now let's get right into your reading. What's Virgo's message for May? Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. What's Virgo's message for May? What's Virgo's message for May? Okay, Virgo, starting off the reading with the Seven of Cups. I'm not going to lie, this is a very heavy reading. We're going to dive into it, but we have the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Tower, the Nine of Swords. Okay, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but somebody clearly needs a lot of help and advice right now to hear this message, because this reading is an absolute, pardon my French, chaotic mess. Okay, this is a clusterfuck, and I'm having trouble piecing it all together, so bear with me. We're gonna dive as deep as we can, because somebody here is just in the middle of like shit hitting the fan and feels like they really could use some advice right now. So to start off with, we have this finances and career card here. I feel like for some of you, this is not necessarily a romantic reading. I'm going to try to read it both ways again, so just, bear with me while I collect my thoughts. Starting off with the Seven of Cups here, for those of you who this is a finances and career reading, you might currently be job hunting, and it might be reaching the point where you've been unemployed for a while now and you're starting to feel really anxious, okay, about like, am I ever going to find a job? Especially with the Seven of Cups here, you feel like you've sent out so many resumes, done so many interviews, and you haven't gotten any callbacks. For some of you, I'm hearing the message, you need to expand your horizons. I know that might not be helpful, like what, even more? I've sent out like 100 resumes already. Some of you are searching for the perfect job, and that's really limiting you. If you try exploring something that's just in the same field that you want to be in, that could open up more opportunities and lead you in the right direction, right? Try not to pinpoint anything too specific. Like, oh, well, I don't want this job because it doesn't have this element that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Like, be a little bit more open-minded and try to explore your options a little bit more, because some of you are being a little bit too closed off in terms of job hunting because you're searching for the perfect thing. You're searching for exactly what you want, and it's really limiting your field of scope. I'm hearing for some of you, if this is about like your current job, some of you are very stressed about losing your job. If you've been hearing that like your company is letting people go and you're scared that you're going to be one of them, or possibly you work in a very toxic environment, you have like a really shitty boss, or there's a coworker that's making you feel very uncomfortable right now for whatever reason, and you're thinking of ending your contract yourself, you're thinking of quitting, and you're not really sure which way to go. You still have that decision to make. For those of you who are looking for a relationship reading, this person might be leading you on. Okay, you might be starting to suspect that they don't have good intentions, that they have their options open and they're not telling you, or that they're not being honest with you about this Seven of Cups. This person, whether financial or in terms of the romantic, this person that you're dealing with might just be telling you what you want to hear to get what they want. You know, this person that you're dealing with, I feel like they feel very manipulative to me. This person might lie a lot. Okay, they might keep secrets. And again, I feel like this person is smart though. They know how to tell you what you want to hear in order to get what they want. I feel like this is a very manipulative energy. Especially if this is like an employer, this person might like abuse their power. You know what I mean? Like one of those kinds of bosses that's like, well, I'm the boss, so you have to do whatever the hell I say, whether you like it or not. And that's actually not proper workplace behavior. Some people are just not meant to be in leadership positions. In your crossing, we have the Ten of Swords. There is a very heavily stressed, anxious energy coming off of this reading. Okay. The good news with the Ten of Swords is that it's the ending of a cycle. It's a very painful cycle, obviously, but it is the end. Okay, so you get to pick yourself up and dust yourself off and start over. Okay, and for some of you, this could be the loss of a job, or you might have already lost it and you're just really anxious about, why am I still stuck in this Ten of Swords? Why can't I find anything new, right? For some of you, this could be the ending of a relationship, something that has become very toxic over time. I'm hearing for some of you, for those of you who have been with me for a while now, for anybody who's watching this who remembers that contract reading I did a few months back, I don't remember when that was. I'm sorry. It might have been in the fall, like somewhere in like September, October, November, that season. But for those of you who remember the contract reading I did, that was the title. I feel like some of you, that's in relation to that old reading that I did where you got stuck in some sort of contract, or like agreement or some sort of situation that just turned very toxic over time. There might have been red flags with this to start and you might have ignored them, you know, hoping for the best or something like that, and now it's just like the whole thing has blown out of proportion and you feel like you can't get out of it. Again, for some of you it could be a literal contract, a very toxic work situation. For some of you it could be figurative. You feel like this relationship has just become way too much of a burden, but you feel trapped with this person for some reason, and you feel like they're just very difficult to separate from. At your base, you have the Knight of Swords. This is another stress card. This could be your energy if you are the one very anxious in this situation, or it could be the other person. Some of you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That could mean that you're working with with an air sign if this is a co-worker or an employer, or that could be like you're dealing with an air sign if you're dating one, if this is somebody that you're seeing. But this person, if this is about a relationship, I feel like this person is very obsessed with you, okay? And you might not have even seen the red flags at first, but you're starting to now. And it feels like it's too late, like you're in way too deep with this person and now you can't get out. Some of you feel trapped in this relationship, okay? If this is a coworker or a toxic situation, it just feels like you have so much weight on your shoulders at work right now. Like you have way too much workload. Everything just keeps piling on, like deadline after deadline after deadline. I'm also hearing for some of you with this page up here, because I keep looking at this page. Pages can represent students because they are younger people. For some of you, this could be about your education. And you might be realizing that you don't necessarily enjoy the field that you're in and you want to do something completely different. And believe me, I've been there. Okay, switching majors can be very stressful. Okay. If you are still young and that message resonates with you, you still have plenty of time to figure out who you are and who you want to be and where you want to go, okay? They tell you that you have to have your, like the rest of your life figured out in high school. That's bullshit. Don't worry about it. If you are still currently in college or university or whatever, you have the next 4 years of your degree to figure out what you even want to get a degree in. So if that's what you're stressed about, don't worry about it. Okay, you do not have to have your entire life figured out at the age of 15. That's ridiculous. In your past, you have the Seven of Wands. Again, this is another stress card, okay? And even just like doing this reading, because tarot readers were supposed to be like a vessel, right? Like I said before, I feel your anxiety coming through this reading, Virgo, and this might not be your message, and that's okay. But somebody watching this video is freaking the fuck out, okay? Please put your physical and mental health first. I know that's easier said than done when you have so much on your plate. Instead of finding time for yourself, you need to make time for yourself, okay? Create it yourself. No, for the next hour, I'm gonna do what I want to do, not what I feel that I should be doing. 1 hour, okay? In terms of finances and career, some of you could be experiencing imposter syndrome. Even just earlier in this reading, like I'm speaking a lot faster. I feel like I can't breathe. I'm stuttering a lot more. And it's because I'm pulling on that anxious energy from you, Virgo. You really need to take a breath here and actively slow yourself down in some way, especially with this Knight of Swords at your base. It feels like there's too many changes happening all at once here. Things are moving very quickly and you're having a hell of a hard time keeping up. And there's a lot of insecurity that comes with the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about like, am I even good enough to be here? Okay, some of you feel like you don't deserve this opportunity, you're not good enough for it, or if this is a relationship, like you have major walls up. It could be the other person, okay, take it how it resonates. There's a lot of fighting going on here, and you might be concluding maybe I'm just not compatible with this person because it feels like the arguments never stop. Like somebody in this situation feels like they're always under attack, like they're always being challenged, and they always have to stand their ground to fight for what they want, to fight for who they want to be. Like if they don't act like a bitch, they're never going to get any respect. This person would rather be feared than loved. And it gets them into very messy, toxic situations, whether in career and finances or their personal relationships. That's just what they're used to. It's a defense mechanism. In your crowning thoughts, you have the Page of Wands. You could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. For some of you, there could be kids involved. Like I said earlier, pages can represent younger people, or this might be your education if you're still a student. But the Page of Wands is about creative expression. It feels like you want freedom here, Virgo, because the Page of Wands is a free spirit, and it feels like with you feeling so trapped in this situation, you just kind of want to break free of that, you know, and explore your options, explore other horizons. That could be, you know, I just want to get out of this relationship and start seeing other people. I don't want to be with you anymore for whatever reason, especially if this person is mistreating you in some way. I know this reading does feel very heavy, so I don't mean to trigger people, but if that message resonates with you, please get the help that you need. But again, even in terms of your finances and career, it feels like now that you've ended up in this position, you realize that it's not what you wanted. And I know that that freaks people out. Okay, I know that that makes you feel anxious. But you know what? Sometimes you needed to end up in a position or a career that you thought you wanted to be in, only to realize you don't actually like it all that much. But now you know you need to look for something else. Because I see this character turning their back and like looking at this beautiful sunrise or sunset, right? Imagining a different, bigger picture for themselves, changing their future. Okay, I thought this is what I wanted, and I was wrong. So now I have to figure out what I do want. In your immediate future, you have the Three of Swords. I know endings suck, Virgo. I know it hurts. Okay, this could be the ending of a job for some of you, the ending of a relationship. For some of you, this might even be the ending of a marriage, which might be why this is so difficult to get out of. If there's a divorce involved, if there's children involved, that separation could take a long time. You need to figure things out. I know it's stressful going into your office at work and being like, hey, so I'm putting in my 2 weeks. See ya. And then the next 2 weeks is super awkward because you still have to stay there and work with the people that you just quit on for 14 days. I know it's stressful, okay? There's still a lot of heartbreak, pain, and rejection in this situation. So remember what I said, okay? Because I feel that anxiety, Virgo. I feel that like shortness of breath. I feel that like I keep stuttering my words, right? Things are moving quickly right now and that's stressful, and you need to try your best to slow down, putting your physical and mental health first as much as you possibly can, and making your emotional needs a priority. In your hopes and fears, you have the Tower. This is always a very interesting card to me when it shows up specifically in the hopes and fears placement, because obviously if a really positive card shows up here, then that's what you're hoping for. If a really negative card shows up here, then this is what you're scared of, right? But the Tower is kind of a neutral card. So I'm kind of seeing this as something that you're hoping for and afraid of, because the Tower is about sudden change, right? Having a Tower moment. This is the Game of Thrones deck, so this is the tower that Bran is pushed out of in the first episode. Sorry, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the show yet. But it's only the first episode, okay? I didn't spoil anything else. But that's kind of the catalyst for the whole show, right? Is that first episode. Everything really important goes down right at the beginning of the show. It's an important episode. It's the introduction. But that's what kind of carries the entire series forward. And I feel like that's something that you're hoping for because you clearly want something to change here. But I also think that you're scared of that change. You're scared of that Tower moment. You're scared of everything falling apart. Because you know as soon as things do change, you don't know where you're going next. You don't know what happens after the change. So I feel like this is something that you want, but also don't want. And I feel that conflict here. That internal battle going on when having this Tower moment. The other person in this situation is coming through as the Nine of Wands. So whether you realize it or not, the person that you're dealing with is just as tired of this shit as you are, Virgo, okay? This person is emotionally exhausted. They are so drained, okay? If this is somebody that you're working with, you stress them out as much as they stress you out, okay? That might be difficult to see, but the energies here are mutual, okay? You are both mirroring each other. If this is somebody that you're seeing, or like an ex or whatever, they just want this to be done. They want this to be over with, okay? They are so tired. The traditional tarot deck shows the Nine of Wands character on their knees, and I really feel like the two of you are just exhausted with each other, okay? You don't want to work together anymore, you don't get along, okay? There's just too much fighting going on in your relationship with that Seven of Wands. They're tired of the arguments, they're tired of fighting with you. This person is just tired, okay? But the Nine of Wands is also about perseverance. And I feel like this person does have a wall up around you, okay? Again, remember, this could be somebody that you're working with or somebody that you're dating. Take it how it resonates. This person does have a wall up around you, and I feel like that's because they're sick of your shit, okay? That doesn't mean that it's your fault. They might be blaming you, for all I know. They might be playing the victim. But this is the Wounded Warrior card, okay? So to speak. That's kind of its nickname, this card, the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, okay? Because they're taking all of these wands and they're building a wall, okay? And if you watch the show, this is a scene from the Battle of the Bastards, where Ramsay blocks everybody in with that wall of shields. And I feel like the other person in this situation is just as tired as you are. They want this to be done. They want this to be over. In your strengths and weaknesses, you have the Nine of Swords. I'm interpreting this as a weakness because I feel like you're caging yourself in here, Virgo. This is more anxiety, more distress, more worrying about the future, okay? And I feel like you're boxing yourself in here. See how this wolf is in a cage, okay? You're trapping yourself in your mind. That doesn't mean that you created this situation, but I feel like that negative spiral of your thoughts is not making this any better. I said earlier, you need to try your best and do what you can to put your mental and physical health first. That way you can make clear-headed decisions about what you need to do from here and where you need to go from here, about how you can get out of this. I'm also hearing for some of you, if this is a relationship, or even if it's a toxic employer, somebody here, there might be some gaslighting going on. Like I said earlier, with that manipulative energy, this person talks down to you, like they know how to make you feel crazy. You need to get out of this situation, Virgo. This has toxic written all over it. In your outcome, you have the Queen of Swords. This is more air energy. Male, female, take it how it resonates, doesn't matter. But the Queen of Swords is known as the Ice Queen, okay? This could be what you're doing, or this could be the person that you're dealing with. Somebody here is very cold and calculating, okay? I'm also hearing for some of you there could be an age gap involved if this is about a relationship, because we have a page here and we have a knight, but then we also have a queen, someone older, someone more mature. Or this other person could just be very emotionally immature, so take it how it resonates. Okay, even if this is somebody that you're working with. Okay, the Queen of Swords does not beat around the bush. She does not sugarcoat things. She does not dance around the subject. Okay, she is honest, direct, even blunt. Okay, she's not for sensitive souls. It is time for you to stand up for yourself and cut this person off. Okay, cold turkey. Or again, if this is about like a work situation, you need to just walk in there and put in your 2 weeks. Okay, no arguments. It's time to make a decision. Can you clarify the Ten of Swords for me, please? Why does Virgo have the Ten of Swords? There we go. Can you clarify the Knight of Swords for me, please? Can you clarify the Seven of Wands for me, please? Why does Virgo have the Seven of Wands? Can you clarify the Three of Swords for me, please? Can you clarify the Tower for me, please? Can you clarify the Nine of Swords for me, please? Why does Virgo have the Nine of Swords? Clarifying the Ten of Swords is the Lovers. Some of you could be dealing with a Gemini. I feel like some of you think this person is your twin flame if this is about a romantic relationship. And even if that's true, sometimes twin flames still don't work out in this lifetime, even though that sucks. But that might be why this hurts so much. You really thought this person was going to be the one this time, that this one was going to be different. Okay? You might have fallen really hard and really fast for this person, but it just felt like it was too good to be true, and now that whole tower is just crumbling down. If this is about your finances and career, I feel like some of you, again, I'm seeing like an entire like field change, right? Like a whole shift. Some of you really thought this was something that you wanted to do, and you're finding out that your dreams are just not matching up to what you hoped for, and now it's time to find a new dream. Okay? I'm also hearing for some of you, if this is about a relationship that's ending, what you should be focusing on right now is your finances and career. Okay? because that's going to help you rebuild your self-esteem. The more you focus on your accomplishments, your achievements, your dreams, your goals, that's going to help you heal. Clarifying the Knight of Swords as the King of Swords. And I'm seeing this like this, because we have the King and Queen of Swords here now, especially if you're twin flames. This could be a very strong soulmate connection as well. But you have this Knight of Swords between you. And I'm not seeing this as another person. I'm seeing this as like just pure chaos, right? This is more of like a stressful energy. Like there's the two of you, and then there's this giant clusterfuck between the two of you, this huge mess that you've made. And for some of you, the two of you could even be very similar or more similar than you'd like to admit, especially because I do feel like you're mirroring each other. You're in the same energy about this situation. Especially with that Nine of Wands there. Like I said, this person is just as tired of your shit as you're tired of their shit. And the two of you might be very similar or more similar than you would like to admit. And that can be a good thing if you're on the same page. That can make a good match sometimes, but that can also get very out of control and toxic because that also means that you have all the same character flaws, right? So it's like you see everything about yourself that you don't like about yourself in the other person. So when you start mirroring each other, it's like, who are you really angry at here, you know? Are you really angry at each other, or are you angry with yourselves? Clarifying the Seven of Wands is the Ace of Wands. I feel like for some of you, this might have been a sex-based connection that went way too far. Okay, I'm hearing for some of you that this is all lust and no love, and you're starting to realize that this was all physical just to begin with, and you're not emotionally compatible. That might have been why you went cold on each other with that King and Queen of Swords there, because once the passion burned out, you realized you had nothing in common, and then the fighting started. I'm also hearing for those of you who this is about a finances and career reading, again, I feel like you're not putting any energy into this anymore. You're choosing to fight for something else, to fight for a new beginning, a new passion, a new dream, a new goal. Clarifying the Three of Swords is the Fool. With an ending comes a new beginning, Virgo. And we have an ending with the Ten of Swords, okay? And we have two ending cards here, sorry. Ten of Swords, Ten of Cups with that clarification card here. And then we have two new beginning cards, Ace of Wands and now the Fool. So I feel like this is kind of reassurance, okay? A glimpse into your future. It might be the distant future, because it feels like this is going to take a while to get out of this sticky situation. But you can have this new beginning, okay? It feels like right now you have to focus on tying up loose ends and getting the hell out of whatever this is in order to reach the Fool card. And again, I'm hearing that message of being a free spirit, okay? With the Page of Wands and the Fool, you want freedom, you want out of this. You're done feeling trapped. And in order to get out of that, in order to get that freedom back, you're going to have to take a leap of faith and just trust that the universe is getting you where you need to go. Clarifying the Tower is the Six of Wands, okay? You need to stand in your power right now and walk away fiercely, okay? Because you are not getting the recognition that you deserve here, whether it's a financial career situation or in a relationship. This person is not worth fighting for anymore. This situation is a waste of your time, okay? And you need to step into your power and get into that confidence, Virgo. Let the Tower fall, okay? If this is about a relationship, I'm hearing that I need to tell you that every failed relationship teaches you how to love yourself more in different ways, okay? Because what do you do when you're healing? You have to turn inward and give yourself the love and support that this person could not give to you. That is always the lesson, is to put your emotional needs first, to make yourself a priority. Every failed relationship teaches you to love yourself more and more in different ways. This person was not loyal, so I need to learn to be loyal to myself. This person ignored my feelings, so I need to learn to embrace my emotions and never bury them just to make somebody else feel comfortable. Every failed relationship teaches you to love yourself in different ways. The Nine of Swords is the Ten of Cups, okay? Like I just said before, you need to learn to love yourself. After this ending, whatever kind of ending it may be, you need to find a new goal, a new hobby, a new dream, a new field, a new career path, okay? A new opportunity. And find that 10 of Cups within yourself. If you can't have a 10 of Cups with this person, find that 10 of Cups within yourself, okay? Instead of listening to that anxiety, that negative self-talk, you need to focus on rebuilding your confidence. Some of you could even be spending more time with your friends and family. And again, that's helping you heal. But you really need to go inward right now, Virgo, in order to help yourself bounce back from this pain. Okay, Virgo, I feel like your message has been received. Comment down below if this reading resonates. I do read the comments and will be liking and responding. Don't forget to like this video and click that subscribe button. That helps me a lot. If you want to join the fam, you can click that bell to be notified every time I post. You can now follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where I will be posting announcements about new tarot readings. All of those links will be in the description box below. Either way, I'll see you here again at Ray's Tarot. See you later.